So the first question is question 8. You must just simplify this or fully simplify this. So first thing that we do, we're going to multiply this in. We're going to say a times a. First we're going to say minus 2. Then we're going to say a times a squared is a to the power 3. Then we're going to say b squared. And then we're going to say plus times plus is a plus. Then we're going to say 4. Then we're going to say a only b to the power 2 times b1 is just b to the power 3. So we do 1.1.2, that is x minus 2 x squared plus 2x plus 8. So again we multiply the x in with all three of them. Okay, so there's going to be x to the power 3, x times plus 2x is 2x squared, and then x times 8 is just plus 8x. Then we're going to sum to the minus 2. Minus 2 times x squared is minus 2x squared. Minus 2 times plus 2x is minus 4x. And minus 2 times plus 8 is minus 16. So now we just add up like terms. We can see the plus 2x minus 2x can just cancel out. So you're going to have x to the power 3. 2x minus 2x can just cancel out. And then we're going to have 8x minus 4x is just plus 4x. And then we're going to have minus 16. Okay? So that's your first question, question 1. Okay. Then we're going to go to 1.2. They say factorize fully. Okay. 1.2.1, we're going to get 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. Okay. So here we're going to go for the multiples of 2 is 2 and 1. The multiples of 4 is just 2 and 2. So we know if you have a minus there, we're going to have two brackets. But we're going to have a minus and a plus. So your biggest number must be plus. So if you do 2 times 2, okay, so that's not going to work. So then we need to say, we're going to take the multiples of 1 and 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 8. So with the plus is 8. And with the minus is minus 1. So then that gives you plus 7. Which is that middle number there. So then we can just use that and that as our multiples. So that's going to be x plus 4 and 2x minus 1. Okay. So that's the first one. The second one is 1.2.2. So then we're going to go a squared x minus ay minus b squared x plus by. Okay? So we're going to say, we're going to get, here we're going to go group factorization. Here we can take a out on this side. If you take a out, we're going to get a squared, ax minus y. And here we're going to get, if you take a b out, we're going to get bx minus y. So, now, we combine these two with one another, so we will take out x on this side, we take out x squared minus b squared. Here we take out minus y, and then you're going to get a minus b. Okay? So then what you do next, we're going to go factorize this. We're going to say that is a minus b, a plus b, minus y, a minus b. Can you see now we can factorize that out, a minus b out. So then if you take a minus b out, then you're left with x a plus b minus y. Okay. Next one. We get 125 minus 27 m3. So this is basically a cubic factorization. So we do the third square root of this, of 125, that is 5. Third square root of this, of 27 is 3m. So how do we get the first number? We just square that, which is 25. How do we get the back number? We just square that, which is plus 9m squared. And how do we get the middle number? The middle number is this times this. And then we'll just change the sign. So 5 times minus 3m is minus 15m. So that will just become plus 15m. Okay. Now we go over to 1.3.1. So we say simplify the following expression fully. So that's 25 x to the power 4 y to the power minus 2 times 5 to the power x 3 y to the power 0 minus 2. Okay. First thing we do here, we're not going to do anything with this. We're going to say it's 25 x to the power 4 y to the power minus 2. What we know about the exponents, we can just say that is 5 to the power minus 2 x to the power minus 6 and y to the power 0, because you multiply the exponents with one another. Okay, so then that becomes, that's 1 over 25. 1 over 25 times 25 is 1. Okay, and x to the power 4 minus 6. Okay, and then we're going to get y minus 2 plus 0 basically. So then this is x to the power minus 2 and y to the power minus 2. Then we can't have negative exponents, so that is just 1 over x to the power 2 y to the power 2. Okay, go to the next question. X squared plus 7x plus 10 over x plus 5. So I'm already making this a multiplication and saying that is 5 over x plus 2, because you can see it is normal, it was divided by x plus 2 over 5, but I just made it a multiplication and flipped the fraction at the back. So on top we can factorize. So we will say that is x plus 5 and x plus 2 over x plus 5 times 5 over x plus 2. Can you see that can then cancel with that, and x plus 5 cancel with x plus 5. So your answer is just 5. Okay, 1.3.3. So you got 9 times 3x plus 2 plus 5 times 3 to the power x over 3 to the power x minus 3 to the power x plus 1. Okay, so the first thing always here, we break up these exponents. So we can take out on top, we can take out 3 to the power x, and we will live with 9 times 3 to the power 2 plus 5. The bottom, if we take 3 to the power x out, we live with 1 minus 3 to the power 1. Okay, so then these x's cancel over one another. So then we're going to have 9 times 9, which is basically 81, plus 5 is 86, over 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So your answer is just going to be minus 43. Okay, so now we're going to go over to question 2. What does question 2 tell us? Sum of x. So 2.1.1. 1 minus 5x equal to 6. So the first thing here is, we want all x's on one side and all the numbers on one side. So we're going to say minus 5x is equal to 6. If you take the 1 over, it becomes minus. So 6 minus 1, so it's minus 5x equal to 5. Divide both sides by minus 5. And x will then just be negative 1. Okay. 2.1.2. We got x plus 2, x minus 4, 0. So what a lot of students do here sometimes, they multiply it out first and then factorize it back and get back to that. We don't need to do that. You can just say x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So then that is x is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to 4. So we got g is equal to 1 plus 2x over x. So the first thing here, you want to multiply this x over, so that's going to become gx is equal to 1 plus 2x. Bring the 2 over, so then it's gx minus 2x to 1. Take out a common factor, which is x. G minus 2. And to get x alone, you just divide both sides by g minus 2. Like that. So that will be your answer. Okay. So 2.1.4. 3 to the power 7 x minus 1 plus 7 equal to 154. Okay, so the first thing here we're going to do, we're going to take the number over. We're going to say that is 154 minus 7, which is 147. So the next thing is we're going to divide both sides by 3. So that is 7x minus 1 is equal to 120 is 49. Okay? So then that we can write into its prime numbers is 7 to the power 2. You see our bases are the same. So x minus 1 is 2, and then x is just 3. Because you take the minus 1 over, it becomes plus. Okay. Question 2.2. This one they want us to represent in interval notation. So this is 3, 2x plus 4 minus 3, x minus 3 smaller than 0. So all we're going to do, we're going to multiply in first. So we're going to say that is 6x, 3 times 2, 3 times 4 is plus 12, minus 3x, minus 3 times minus 3 is plus 9, smaller than 0. Then we're going to say 6x minus 3x is 3x, and 12 plus 9 is 21, smaller than 0. So now we can just take the 21 over, smaller than minus 21, then divide both sides by 3, then x is just smaller than minus 7. Okay. So now we're going to go 2.3. Solving simultaneously. 4x minus 2y equal to 6, and I'm just flipping this over. 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. Okay? I just flipped the 3x and the 2y over like that, because now you can see if you just add these two with one another, these two can cancel out first of all. So it's going to be 4 plus 3 is 7x. Those two cancel. And then 6 plus 8 is 14. To get x, we just divide both sides by 7. And then x is 2. Then to get y, we just substitute x into any of these equations. So I'll just substitute in this one. So that will be 3 times 2 plus 2y is equal to 8. That's 6. So then 2y is 8 minus the 6. And then 2y is equal to 2. So y is then just equal to 1. Okay. You're going to also do the substitution way. But in this case, this way is also fine. Okay, so now we're going to go over to question 3. Question 3.1 says x minus 2 over 3 minus x plus 4 over 6. Let's just say simplify fully. Okay? So we just simplify fully. So we want to make the ground number after LCM's the same. So in this we just put over 6. So then that is going to be 2 times x minus 2 over 6 minus x plus 4. Change that 3 to 6 and I have to multiply both sides by 2. Okay? So that is 2x minus 4 minus x. Sorry, that's a minus 4d. Be careful for that. Minus 4. Always remember that minus, you put it actually in bracket so that you multiply the minus not just with the x but also with the 4 over 6. So then that is minus, so that is x minus 8 over 6 is your answer. Okay. 3.1.2. We say now we need to determine the value of x. That was x minus 8. So you can basically say that is x minus 2 over 3 minus x plus 4 over 6 equal to 2. We already determined this in 3.1.1, which was just x minus 8 over 6 equal to 2. So we just multiply the 2 over, which is after 6 overs, which is going to be 6 times 2, which is 12. Then take the 8 over, it's going to become positive. Then that is just 20. Okay. Which is 3.2. They say without a calculator, determine 2021 over 1 minus 2020 to the power 2. Okay? So, in this case, what we start with, what we can do, we can take out this. So in this case, they try to confuse you with this, but what you're going to do here is you're going to factorize at the bottom. Okay? So 21 over, if you say that's 1 minus, difference is squares, then you can say 1 plus 20. You see there? Difference is squared, we factorize that at the bottom. So then this becomes 2021 over minus 2019, and that becomes 2021. Because 1 plus 20. So these two cancel out, then your answer is just minus 1 over 2019. Okay. Okay. Question 4.1.1. Let's say determine the value of x. So the first thing that I'm going to determine is we can say 2x plus 75 degrees is equal to 135. Why? Angle external is equal to the interior two angles. Okay? So then the way we're going to get x, we're going to say 2x is equal to 135 minus 75, which is just 60, and then x is just 30 degrees. Okay? So x is 30, 4.1.2, so x is 30. So how can we show that? We need to show that EF is parallel to GH. EF is parallel to. So the way we can do that, we can use, so what is B2 plus C2? B2 is 135 plus what is x we said is 30. So then that would be 2 times 30 minus 15. Okay? So that is 60 minus 15 is plus 45. And then that gives you 180. Which means that if E is parallel to GH because of co-interior angles. Okay. Question 4.2. Point 1. So they say determine the length of AC in the so that's in the square of ACDE. That's the area of that. So we know the square. So x is a side of the square, which is x squared is basically equal to the area, which is that. Okay. So how can we just get x? We can just get the square root of all sides. 256. What is the square root of 256? What is the square root of 256? It's just 16. So x is 16. Okay. So if x is 16, now they ask us question 4.2.2, and determine the length of AB. Okay. So AB is in a triangle, a right angle triangle. So if you look at it, you're gonna have it like this. So that is B, A, and C. So that is X. Okay. And these two angles are sides are the same. So what we can do, and that is equal to 16. So what we can do here, we can use Pythagoras by saying AB squared plus BC squared is equal to 16 squared. So these two are basically equal, so we can just say that is 2AB squared is equal to 256. So to get AB alone, you just divide both sides by 2, so that's 128. And then AB, to get AB alone, you just do the square root of 128. So if you do the square root of 128, you will get 8 square root 2. Okay, so that's that for the sum.